All right, it's go time here on the homestead today. We are throwing a party tonight, a birthday party for our son, and need to get our everything ready for that. And simultaneously, we're gonna be prepping to preserve all of our strawberries for the year. So come along with us and let's see how this goes. Alright, so to be completely honest, this feels like a pretty vulnerable video to do. Party planning is not my expertise. It is not something that I feel like I am good at or skilled in very much at all. But over the years, as we've done it more and more and more, we've kind of developed different systems and rhythms and things that work for us to be able to at least execute a decent party. So that's what we're gonna go for here today. We were out late last night. Our kids saw their very first fireworks show ever. So we're gonna see how this goes. All right, so when it comes to prepping our house for our party, Jim and I have kind of developed some systems over the years that work really well for us. So for example, we kind of have this unwritten contract in our marriage that when it comes to hosting, Jim does the deep cleaning and I do all the organizing, just general cleanup and food prep. So at one point in Jim's life, he was really seriously talking about starting his own cleaning service and genuinely likes doing all that sort of stuff, which I super appreciate because, again, that is not my area of expertise and he's a way, way better cleaner than I am. So he tackles the cleaning while I am organizing the house, getting all the food ready, and getting all that stuff set up. So while we're getting our house ready here, we also need to process all the strawberries that we have for the entire year. So recently, we went to a local strawberry farm, did all of our strawberry picking that we do. And this is just one of our favorite activities that I feel like just really stacks a lot of the things that we value and really appreciate. So, you know, going strawberry picking allows us to gather food that we need to feed our family all year round. It's something that's fun that we can do together as a family. It gets us outside, it gets us moving our bodies, and so all of these things we love. We've talked about having our own big strawberry patch here in the past. It was actually on our list of things to do for this year, but life happens. We had a baby, it didn't happen for this year, and honestly, the more and more we do this, the more we're realizing we just can't do it all, and so I don't know if we will ever have a strawberry patch on our farm or not, but we found another family who has a small family farm that does a U-pick. They don't spray their strawberries, and so we are more than happy to give them our business, to support them, and to go pick all their delicious strawberries. So we picked tons of pounds of strawberries ourselves, and then in addition to that, I also picked up a few flats of strawberries because this is the one time of year that I buy strawberries. I don't buy them anytime throughout the year from the store just because of, you know, sprays and them coming from far away and being in season. They're just so much better when I can just find them locally, get a whole bunch of them and freeze them, and that's what we use for the year. So mainly to preserve our strawberries, what I do is I freeze them, and to do this I just de-stem them, so pull off those stems and then put them on a cookie sheet. I like to put a silicone baking mat underneath it just so it doesn't stick, or parchment paper, but just place those de-stemmed strawberries in a single layer on a cookie sheet and then freeze them, and this is going to keep them from clumping together. And then after they're frozen, I just pull those strawberries off, individually frozen, and put them in plastic baggies. And besides just freezing our strawberries this year, I'm also going to can some strawberry lemonade concentrate. And so with the party that we're throwing tonight, I really like to have something to offer to, you know, our guests, our family that's coming, besides just water and milk, which is typically all we drink at our house, besides maybe coffee and tea. And so I really wanted to offer something besides just milk or water. So we're gonna make this strawberry lemonade. So I'm gonna make a bunch so that we can have it both for the party tonight, and then all the concentrate that's extra, I'm going to can so that we can have it for the year ahead. And I'll link the full recipe to this below, but kind of the basic process of making your own strawberry lemonade concentrate, it's really, really easy. So all you're gonna do is take several cups of your strawberries and blend them either in a blender or a food processor until they're a nice puree. Then take that strawberry puree and add it to a saucepan with several cups of lemon juice. Again, the exact amounts will be in the blog post, but several cups of lemon juice and several cups of sugar. And so then you're gonna heat up this concoction until it gets nice and hot, until everything is dissolved, the sugar is dissolved, and everything is mixed together. And then you're gonna remove that from heat. And this is your strawberry lemonade concentrate. That's it. And so to turn that into strawberry lemonade, all you're gonna do is you're gonna add water. And so, or you could add like a sparkling water or something like a seltzer water, something like that. We usually just do plain old water, filtered water. And so you add the water about 2 to 3 times the amount of concentrate that there is. So if you have 2 cups of concentrate, you can add up to 6 cups of water. And it's kind of just one of those things that you're just gonna wanna taste and adjust to your taste, add as much water and sweetener that you think, you know, is the right amount for your family. That can adjust depending on your tastes. Oh, goodbye. On super full days like today, I like to keep lunch as easy as possible. And so one of our favorite go-to lunches for days like today are super easy egg drop soup. And so for this, I literally use 2 ingredients, broth, chicken broth is what we have on hand, and eggs. And so you just heat up your broth until it's warm, crack a couple eggs, stir them in there until they get cooked and are kind of almost stringy or in pieces. Put it in a mug or in a bowl and call it lunch. And so it's just like a super basic egg drop soup. Add some salt to it. You can totally doctor this up with, you know, other vegetables, spices, things like that. But when I just need something super quick and easy, this is one that we often do. Pair it with some fruit or carrot salad or something that's really easy that you have on hand, and that's what we're having for lunch today. And for planning the menu for the party, so this is something where my thoughts have kind of ebbed and flowed over the years. So when my kids were really young, I was very adamant about making all the food for their parties from scratch, everything. And that worked okay. That worked well for that season. I didn't have as much on my plate and I could do that. As our kids have gotten older, as we've added more of them and now have all the added responsibilities on our homestead, that's just not my mentality anymore. I'm totally okay with asking for help. And so we are gonna be making homemade pizzas for this party. And then in addition to that, my mom is gonna make some fruit salad. My sister is gonna bring a lettuce salad, and it's all gonna come together and be great. For the cake, this is something I usually make myself, but I am no expert baker. People make these really cute, decorated, beautiful cakes with different themes and all of that stuff, and that would be awesome. But again, just not in my skill set. And so instead of stressing about it, we have this local ice cream place that we love, and they're just really awesome. They try to use as many locally sourced ingredients as they can, make homemade ice cream, and it's just so delicious. And so our son requested a Monster Mash ice cream cake from this local ice cream shop. So again, it's just one of those things that it helps take something off my plate. It's super yummy, everyone loves it, and it helps us support a local business that we really like and care about and think is doing really cool things in our community. So for the pizzas, we are primarily going to be making our homemade deep dish pizza, and this is just a well-loved specialty in our house. The awesome thing about them is that we make them in bulk ahead of time. So actually a couple weeks ago, Jim made a batch of these sourdough deep dish pizza crusts. We had 4 of them already ready to go in the freezer. And so a few days ago, I thawed them, and now I'm going to pull them out on the counter here to get them kind of rising and ready to go for the party. So we already had 4 of these deep dish pizza crusts ready to go. And then in addition to the deep dish pizza that we're going to have, I'm also going to make 2 of our just quick rise with a quick rise yeast thin einkorn pizza crusts, just to give people a variety. If someone doesn't like the deep dish, or for kids or whatever, I'll probably make the thin crust ones just more simple with just cheese or whatever. For the deep dish ones, this has just kind of become our thing. We love it because it just uses so many of the ingredients that we already have on hand. We make homemade cheese with milk from our cow, so we do a combination of mozzarella and our farmhouse cheddar shredded on the pizza. It's so good, that combination of the two. We have plenty of canned pizza sauce from the previous year and plenty of pesto in our freezer. So we like to do on our deep dish pizza crust a layer of pesto, and then we do a layer of our mozzarella and farmhouse cheddar cheeses. Then I add some sort of meat. Usually this is sausage, so we barter pork products from a local farm, milk for sausage or milk for pork, and that works out super well. So we're gonna do some sausage, some bacon on these pizzas, and then top it with a layer of pizza sauce. So if you are familiar with Chicago style deep dish pizza, that is our thing. So you have to put the red sauce, the pizza sauce on top. Only way to do it. So one of the tricky things about feeding a crowd, especially when we're doing something like pizzas, is trying to figure out oven space and getting everything cooked so it's ready on time. So I'm still kind of just trying to figure that out in my head, what this is gonna look like. But I'm thinking I'm going to do half the pizzas kind of at once. We have the Aga here, so this is really nice because it has both the hot ovens and then the warming oven. So after a couple of the pizzas are done, I can stick them in the warming ovens and get the next batch cooking. But it's the sort of thing that I usually just do, get a couple pizzas ready, people can start eating those while we're eating kind of the first round. I can get the second round of pizzas cooking so that by the time we're done with the first batch of pizzas, the second ones are ready to go. That way everything is hot and fresh and can be served when it's good and not like it's been sitting around for several minutes before we're able to eat it. Setting the table to serve around 20 people in our small home always feels like a bit of a challenge, but somehow we always make it work. So our preference is, as much as possible, to have everyone be seated at like one large table as opposed to doing separate individual tables. We just like everyone being together if we can. And so we usually just we have kind of a long rectangular folding table that we store in the basement. We bring that up, we add it to our large dining room farmhouse table. We squeeze, we get nice and cozy, but it usually works to jam. We'll see. I don't know that we've ever had 20. I feel like it's usually more like 18, but families keep growing and getting bigger, and so we'll see. But I'm hoping that we can squeeze 20 people around this table with everyone being together. All right, people are literally rolling in the driveway as we speak. It has been a wild day, but we've gotten a ton accomplished. The table's not quite set yet, but that's okay. Everyone can help and make that happen. Besides that, the pizzas are ready to go. We got them cooking, we have them warming. We're gonna have a party, it's gonna be great. So thanks so much for stopping by the farmstead today, and we'll see you next time.